The Cerberus Effect, Chapter 3. The gloved hand is so tight on my mouth that I struggle to breathe, but I don't want to make any sudden movements. I don't know how careful this person is with his finger on the trigger. So I let him take me wherever he wants to go. He keeps leading me backwards. Ruby must have been right. The Cubans came back to kill me. They must know who I am. I only hope they will leave the others alone. Even if they have me pegged as the enemy right now, they're my only friends. The moment he lets go or looks away, I can possibly fight him off or escape. But so far, the man holding me has been very vigilant. He's keeping his grip and the barrel of his gun pretty tight on me. I hear gunfire close to where the others might be. The man loosens his grip for a split second. Big mistake. Now's my chance. I grab his hand and twist it out and down. He shouts in pain and swings the butt of his pistol towards my head. I duck and keep twisting his arm. I swing my leg around and kick him to the ground. If I keep twisting, I'll break his wrist, but my whole body freezes as a jolt of electricity goes up my spine. There are two other men in dark clothing standing nearby. One of them pokes at me with a long baton with blue sparks coming out of the end. More electricity runs through my veins, and I feel completely paralyzed. I fall and convulse on the ground as the current flows through my entire body. All I can do is watch the ground moving underneath me as they carry me and put me in the back of a truck. They place me on a little bench that runs alongside the inner wall. It takes some time, but the numbness finally goes away, and as I regain the ability to move, I prop myself up. The ceiling is uncomfortably low, and I have to bend my neck. On the bright side, my kidnappers finally remove my handcuffs. It feels good to have them off, but the rest of my body is aching. There are two men sitting across from me in dark blue and black uniforms. Their painted faces match the colors of their attire. There are two others in the front seats, dressed the same way. One is driving, although I don't know where to. One of the men sitting across from me has his neck bent forward, like mine. The other sits comfortably straight and is holding an M16 rifle in his thick arms and pointing it at my chest. It doesn't scare me, though. I doubt he will pull the trigger if he wants information from me. I want the same thing from them, although I wouldn't hesitate to kill any one of them if the rifle was in my hands. There are no windows on the walls, but I can see well enough through the front windshield and the small windows on the back double doors to know that we're driving on a dark highway. Every once in a while, the driver swerves hard to dodge a large crack or break in the road ahead. The two men across from me just stare straight ahead. It's annoying me. "Where are you taking me?" I ask, even though I'm pretty sure I know where we're going, and I doubt they even speak English. But I just want them to stop staring at me. The taller one smiles. I don't know if it's because of the contrasting paint, but his teeth look really white. "We're heading north," he says. "Someone wants to see you," he says with no distinguishable accent. "Who wants to see me?" For the first time, they take their eyes off of me and glance at each other with furrowed brows. The taller one's gaze returns to me as the truck makes another hard swerve. "You don't know," he says, sounding less Cuban every time he speaks. Perhaps Marco was right, and Nightshade has come to extract me, but I don't want to reveal any information to them. I need to find a way to escape. "I don't know anything. I don't even know who I am. Are you Cubans? Do I work for you? What did you do to my friends?" The taller one laughs, but the shorter one continues to stare blankly at me. I can't even tell if he's looking at me or just zoning out at this point. This is slightly concerning, given that his gun is still pointed at me, and the driver continues to swerve. "Just relax. We're not Cubans." Mika will explain everything else when we get there. "As for your friends, we didn't do anything to them. The Cubans attacked. They were going to kill you. We had to get you out of there. I hope the Cubans didn't kill my friends in that case. It seems they won't stop until they find me." "Am I your prisoner?" "Not exactly. What the hell does that mean? I didn't mean to raise my voice. The taller man seems surprised and a little annoyed, although I don't know why he should be given the circumstances. It means we're ordered to bring you back to Mika by any means necessary, but you're not our prisoner. If I'm not your prisoner, then why is the mute pointing his gun towards me? Excuse my partner, but we know your capabilities, and, given how things must seem, we didn't want you reacting poorly. I smirk. He's right. I was planning on killing them the first chance I got, but now I need them. I lean towards the shorter man. I wish you would point that damn thing somewhere else. His eyebrows raise and he looks at the taller man who nods his assent. He then lowers the weapon and rests it across his lap. I let out a long sigh of relief. I look at the two in the front. Neither of them has said a peep, and I wonder if they too are also mutes. That's Rob, and Samson is the one driving. I'm Jackson, but you can call me Jax. And the shy one we call Mo the Mute. If you can't tell me my name, why do you think I give a damn about your names? Jax smiles. Like I said, Mika will explain everything when we take you to him. I'm not going. I need to go back to help the others. That's impossible. I'm under strict orders, Jax says, and Mo the Mute points his rifle at me again, until Jax waves his hand and he grudgingly returns it to his lap. I have to go back for them. You said I wasn't your prisoner. I'm going whether you like it or not. Jax sighs and Rob looks back for the first time. Jax nods at him, and Rob lightly smacks Samson on the arm and then motions his thumb backwards. The truck slows down and does a wide U-turn. I stare at Jax with curiosity. Well, that was easy. My orders are to get you to Mika alive. So if you're going, we're going with you. I don't need your help, I respond before he finishes. Maybe not, but it couldn't hurt. And I'm not going back to Mika empty-handed. It seems it's going to be harder to get rid of these guys than I thought, but if Ruby is still alive, maybe they can be of some use, for a time. I'll figure out a way to lose them after I get her and the others back. As much as I want to find out any information about myself, I'm not so sure Mika or these men are trustworthy. Just don't get in my way, I say. We won't. Just don't try to escape, and don't get yourself killed. Mika will have my head, and why should I care about that? Jax snorts. Because we're on the same side. Is that so? We work for Mika. You belong to him. I don't belong to anyone, I say, liking this guy less and less. You really don't get it, do you? Mika is a hero. When the war started, the U.S. sent most of its forces to fight overseas. It left us vulnerable to attack. U.S. officials refused to listen to Mika when he warned them, so he built his own army. Now we are the only thing keeping Big Al from moving further south and taking over the rest of our land. Enough of this, Samson says. We don't have to convince him of anything. You belong to Mika, and we are taking you back to him one way or another. If you try to escape, I will kill you myself. My hands clench into tight, jagged balls. Jax is watching me. Let's everybody calm down. Like I said, we're all on the same side. We need each other, Jax says, and looks directly at me. His eyes are dark and wide, with deep wrinkles around the edges, where the face paint couldn't penetrate. Whether we like it or not, I lean my head back as much as I can and try to rest. We must have gotten pretty far from the community center while I was out. Maybe I really do need them. If they help me rescue Ruby and the others, perhaps I'll owe it to them to help complete their mission. Plus, it would give me a chance to talk to this so-called hero and see if he actually knows me. I think of what Marco said about Nightshade. Maybe this too is all part of some elaborate scheme. What's my name? Jax just grins. You don't know, do you? I say. Actually, I don't. I figured for sure he would at least attempt to lie. Well, not your real name. I know your code name. Well, don't keep me guessing. You're not going to like it, he says. And for the first time, I see a hint of a smile on Mo the Mute's face. It couldn't be any worse than your names, I counter, and Mo's smile quickly dissipates. They call you the Naked Lady, Jax says, clearly trying to hold back his laughter. You're joking. Jax and Samson both lose it, and Mo the Mute has a big grin on his face. Rob looks back with sympathy. I wouldn't be too upset. Rob's voice is higher than I would have expected. The Naked Lady is an extremely deadly flower. Even when I was still in the army, I had heard of you. Everyone heard stories of how many people you killed in Turkey and Syria. Granted, we did all think you were a woman, he finishes with a grin, and the others laugh even harder. I close my eyes and take comfort knowing that Ruby would kick all their asses if she was here. I hope she is still alive. I can't wait to tell her and the others that I'm not really a terrorist. Maybe we can join forces with Mika when all of this is over. Why do you want to rescue them so badly? Jax says, and for a moment I wonder if he can read minds. You've only known them for a day. My memory only goes back a day. As far as I can remember, they are my only friends. Some friends, he says with a snicker. They had you cuffed when we got there. You don't understand. Ruby heard a transmission while we were searching my crashed airship. They thought I was dangerous. You are dangerous. But not towards them, damn it. I'm not a terrorist. Jax looks as if he's about to say something, but catches himself. What was I doing on that plane anyway? It was heading towards Cuban territory. Why? Was I on a mission? Jax squints and looks at Mo the Mute for help, but I know he won't be saying anything. The truck is slowing down. The headlights shine on a cement wall and illuminate the community center up ahead. Something outside moves quickly in front of the vehicle and then disappears as fast as it came. What the hell was that? Samson says. Fangs are out tonight, boys. Let's make this quick, Jax says. What are we looking for? Rob says. Survivors first, anything left behind second. Maybe we can figure out where they went. I don't suppose you'll give me a weapon. We wouldn't want anything to happen to me now, would we? Jax smirks. If I had a weapon to give you, I still wouldn't give it to you. When the truck finally stops, Mo the Mute opens the back doors. He shines the flashlight on his rifle outside for a moment and then leaps out. Samson, stay here and keep the truck running, Jax says, before he too jumps out. I follow right behind him. Close the door, man, Samson says, and Mo the Mute listens. He and I follow Jax around to the passenger side of the truck, where Rob is waiting. You and Mo check the south side. The Naked Lady and I will check around back. Lights out. We already have their attention, he says, and then pounds the hood of the truck with his fist a couple of times. Samson immediately turns off the headlights, and Mo the Mute switches off his flashlight. How are we supposed to see anything? I say. The compound is pitch black now. The torches that were lit earlier have burnt out, and the sky is cloudy, covering any light the stars and moon could offer. Your eyes will adjust. The fangs won't. Let's move, Jax says. Mo the Mute and Rob are already gone. I follow slowly and carefully behind Jax towards the pickup, with a machine gun but no wheels. The black air is thick and humid, but the songs of nearby crickets conceal the sound of my heavy breath. As I go, I search the ground around me for any signs of the others, or God forbid, dead bodies. I reach out and touch Reynolds's machine gun that he had protected us with. He accepted me so quickly. I hope he's still alive. As much as I don't want him or the others to be prisoners, I hope that the Cubans have kept them alive. Of course, how long will that last once they find out the others don't know where I am? Damn Jax for capturing me. We're wasting our time here. We need to head south. I need to find them before it's too late. Perhaps it already is. It never really goes how you think it will. They're probably already dead. I need to look out for myself. Find anything? Jax asks from behind me. It startles me. Hopefully he didn't notice. Nothing, I say. He sighs. Me neither. We better get the guys. The Cubans must have taken them in for question. I hear the snarl before I see the large furry fang leap at him. It's attached to Jax's back as he flails his arms around, attempting to get it off of him. I hear him shout in either pain or fear. He stumbles and crashes to the ground. I stomp on the beast's back as hard as I can. The fang is unfazed and keeps its jaw clenched on Jax. I look around for the others, but they're nowhere in sight. There's a tire iron on the ground near the jeep. I grab it and strike at the fang's spine until it finally lets go of him and turns to snap at me. I raise my arm back, but before I can strike its snout, another fang tackles me to the ground. The salivating fang has the mouth of a pit bull, only much larger. I push at its neck with my hands as he bites repeatedly at my face like a raging fiend. The drool is dripping all over my face. I reach out my hand, trying to grab the tire iron I dropped. It's too far, and I can't hold off the fang with only one arm for much longer. Extending my hand out as far as it can go, I feel the metal on my fingertips and grab hold of the tire iron. I smash it against the fang's humongous snout, but all it does is make the beast angrier. It opens its jaws and leans in for my face. There's nothing I can do but close my eyes. I wait for the ending bite, but instead hear a loud squeal, and I feel its weight come off of me. I open my eyes and see another fang fighting with it. It has orange fur. It's not another fang. It's Yoshi. The fang is too strong for her and is able to toss her over. It latches violently onto her shoulder and Yoshi yelps loudly. I dash over and strike the fang in the back over and over again. When it finally lets go of her, Yoshi takes the opportunity to bite down hard on its throat. Dark blood gushes out, and the fang goes limp. I help push it off of her. Even though Yoshi is hurt, she still manages to stand up on her hind legs and wrap her paws over my shoulders. She licks my face, and my hands disappear in her shaggy mane as I scratch her back. Jax is standing behind her. I realize now how it must look. He raises his gun at her. He thinks he's saving me. No, I shout.